IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru and today we have Kumar Kanav.
Hey guys, we have a very happy Saru with us today.
Yes, this is the week when Fulham has established his credentials as the best team in West London.
Yeah. I mean, they only conceded, 3 goals?
Yes. So some of the questions we are going to ask today is, Kanav, do you think a personal line of credit is right of Indian consumers?
Sarri?
Okay. Do you think general perks of short-term loans? What do you think about general perks of short-term loans?
Sarri, I don't understand.
Fine. There's no escaping this topic.
Yeah.
Why don't you start?
I mean, did you watch the match yesterday? And this is supposed to be a dent in City's challenge, right?
By who? Who said that?
Liverpool's fans surely did.
Really? Now I have to respond to the online Liverpool fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the yesterday's match. If
And
that's your question.
there
You
were-
know I saw yesterday's match. What are you going on? Stop asking stupid
And
questions.
there were some Chelsea fans, who were abusing Arsenal for losing 3-1 against City.
Okay.
At least one fan that you know of.
Yes, but really that's the line of questioning. Okay, but I never do that. Do I?
Yeah, because I don't think you have enough conviction in your team.
Well, I've never done that. Okay, but yes, I know there are some Chelsea fans who were abusing Arsenal when they lost to City.
3-1.
Yes, what's your question, man?
So what happened yesterday?
What has that got to do with Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans?
No, what happened yesterday is what I want to know from you.
Dude, I have no idea. Honestly, it was that first...
But can you say it was a surprise?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
It was a surprise. You don't expect
I mean,
to
you conceded 4 goals against Bournemouth.
Okay, let me put it in context. Fulham also doesn't expect to be 4-0 down in 24 minutes.
That is true.
So, any result in the...
And I think Fulham is the only team which has worse defenders than Chelsea. Also Arsenal. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Smaldini? Just because he has Maldini's name attached to it, he's not a worse defender now. But
I always maintained that United have a very good set of centre-backs.
Yeah, I love Smaldini.
Yeah. No, Smalling, Jones, Lindelof, Bailly, they're good defenders. And we've maintained this from the start. Mourinho, they were just not playing for Mourinho. That's a separate matter.
Yeah, no, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, but see, I think Chelsea didn't just turn up. You can't make a mistake in the 3rd minute of the match.
Of course you can. I will tell you how that mistake was made. Marcus Alonso, in all his eternal wisdom, decided he's too far out wide. So let me just not go near Bernardo Silva. Let me stand randomly somewhere.
Yeah, because, he had to rush forward for the counter-attack.
And
you can understand his mentality.
Rush forward from where? Where is he rushing forward from counter-attack? From standing next to Kepa?
Yeah.
Why is he rushing forward? I don't understand. I just genuinely didn't get it.
You're a defensive-minded man.
Yes.
You don't understand counter-attacking football. I can totally understand what Alonso was
defensive-minded
doing.
man understands counter-attacking football because that's the only way he knows. And just the beauty of that whole thing was not him running away, all right? You can always say lapse of concentration. But our man thought he had a plan.
He pointed to Hazard. Of all people in the squad, he wanted Hazard.
And when does he point to Hazard? Just when the ball was about to be kicked, he says, oh, by the way, just take that guy there. And obviously that's gone.
No, but then you still have 8 people, right? You understand Alonso not doing it. Somebody else has to notice a man free.
Yes, it was his job, right? I think what happens is, when we see things on replay, it always seems like there's so much time for people. I think it was Alonso's job to get there. That
is true.
So if you don't, and within 4 seconds, you point randomly towards Hazard, this is what's going to happen. That was the first one.
Yeah.
The third one, I have never seen a defender. I probably may have, but let's just say that I have not rarely seen a footballer who's facing towards the keeper, not from behind. He's facing towards the keeper. So he knows exactly where Aguero is. He's like, you know what, let me just test the defensive resolution of our team. And he heads the ball right to Aguero's feet. So what do I say? There's nothing I can say.
This is not enough. There's more.
Yes, what's the thing?
No, so...
Do you want me to explain how each goal went or are you asking how did the team crumble like this?
No, so my point is that how is a team, you're supposed to have such good talents in the squad? How do you crumble like that?
I don't know, but it seems to be something which has cropped up in the last 2-3 months, and it has to be stemmed out. And I think one of the ways it can be stemmed out is by giving Andres Christensen a chance in the center midfield. I just couldn't bear. Luis and Rudiger were such a... But at least you want to keep Luis because he can pass the ball. Yeah. Rudiger can run into players. So if you want only that, I guess Christensen is better.
No, so my point is that, there's a lot of criticism of Sarri for not being flexible enough.
Who cares? Why should he be flexible enough?
Because his tactics are not working. You're supposed to change them if they don't work.
No, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't, dude. You don't hire Pep Guardiola to play Fellaini, right?
No, but if there was Pep Guardiola changes his tactics every game.
In terms of not the basic philosophy and principle,
in terms of his formations. Sarri has taken the best player in Chelsea the best player in the Premier League for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, so?
And he's not playing him in the position. He's excelled in 3 years and the World Cup.
Yeah, that's
How do you explain that? No, how is that not okay?
That is absolutely fine.
It is not absolutely fine. And you've replaced him with a donkey you can just pass to your defenders.
What? He can't. The whole point of Sarri ball, which supposedly people keep talking about, the whole point of Sarri ball is you keep the ball as long as you want in defense. Yeah. And the only way you play tiki-taka football is not by how Barcelona used to play, which is pass sideways and then find. You only pass it forward and comes back. That's where Jorginho becomes very important.
What has he done in 8 months? 6 months in the
If you go back to reports and read after the first 12-13 games, the same people were waxing eloquent about how Jorginho is making Chelsea tick. You have to stick it out through this period. This is a big problem I have. I hope Chelsea, in all its eternal wisdom, says, you know what, let's just give this guy 2 years, come what may, and see what happens.
He's playing his best players out of position consistently.
Who?
Hazard was being played as a false 9.
Okay, so you don't have... you play Morata, you get abused. You don't play Morata. Dude, you don't manage by how Twitter people rant every half an hour, no?
You have a player who has a set position where he's performed at. I can't understand the Jorginho Kanté decision. That is pure stupidity on Sarri's part.
No, the simplest thing is just play like how Mourinho used to.
Your defensive midfielder cannot defend.
He can. He can absolutely defend. The problem is not Jorginho. I think the problem basically is Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, and that something has to be done. And we need to also consider one more thing. This same team has been there for 5 years. If you read Fergie's book, Fergie basically said a shelf life of a team is 3 to 4 years. This squad needs changing. The thing which we can't explain about Chelsea is that how they just give up. They just give up so easily, which was not the case earlier. And they're 2 goals down and they're whatever, we are done with this game. So whether 3 or... there's something called... Did you see how Barkley caught his head? The only thing, I can't imagine that once you're 2 goals down, at least don't head the ball towards your own goal, no? Even Morata didn't do that.
No, here is a video of your defensive midfielder letting Sterling just run past him.
Dude.
Over and over again.
Okay, so he had one bad game, so...
Not one bad game.
I can't.
He hasn't had a single good game. Look, my point.
The single good game. Yeah. Are you saying that in 25 games he hadn't had a single good game?
He hasn't.
What nonsense! How can you even say such things? You look at the first 13, 14 games. Oh, everyone was like, oh, this is exactly what happens because on Twitter, this is exactly what happens.
Do you think if Kante was there yesterday?
Yes, I think
for the first Aguero goal, he would have just let Aguero shoot.
Yes, I genuinely believe City were so good yesterday in the first 15 minutes.
I'm not talking about
that. I'm just
saying in a particular instance.
Yes.
When he's standing right next to Aguero, does not put a tackle in.
Yes.
Would Kante let Aguero shoot from there?
Yes.
He would not.
Dude.
How many goals has Aguero scored from outside the box?
So many. What are you going on about?
He hasn't.
He scored 200. There must be at least 20 where he scored outside the box.
Yeah, but in a position like that, no defensive midfielder lets a striker shoot.
I'm telling you, it is not just are you asking me to judge how Kante would have reacted?
Yeah, I'm saying any defensive-minded player, any good player would put a tackle in.
He is trying to implement something. You have to give it time. It's the same case with... I genuinely don't understand. Almost, you hire a guy, you either give him time or you give him money. More money you give, lesser the time it becomes. No money you give, the more the time it becomes. And people like Sarri, Pep Guardiola, Klopp, they all take enough time to you build teams. Pochettino is a different case altogether because he never gets money for anything. But yeah, they all take time. I don't understand. Yeah, okay, it was one very, very bad result, but
not one. You've not scored a single goal away in this year. In the last 3 games.
Okay.
Conceded 10 goals.
3 games, no. So
3 games against the likes of Arsenal, which have the worst defensive record right now.
Really?
Yeah.
There's enough times Arsenal have defended well as well.
No,
so
there haven't been.
They have.
You considered 4 against Bournemouth. So I'm not saying it's not a one-off.
Last year, Chelsea lost in January to Bournemouth 3-0 at home.
Yeah,
right.
But it was not a 2-0, 4-0, 6-0, right?
Okay.
This is a run of 3 games.
Okay, it's 3 games. What you now people make decisions based on 3 games.
No, I'm not saying that sack Sarri, but he has to have some accountability. He can't just put out the same team over and over again.
He did not. He plays Andreas Christensen. I'm sure he will go back. I just didn't understand the entire post-match, but that is a completely different thing. I just don't get it. You either give the man the time or don't hire people like Sarri.
No, you can't just say give the man the time when you see he's doing the same mistakes over and over again.
Of course you can. You give, like Pep Guardiola was given time in the first year. They finished 4th. Huh?
I'm not talking about results. I'm saying when everyone can see one.
Not resources.
I'm saying that one particular position is not working.
He fired Joe Hart. He got Claudio Bravo. That position clearly wasn't working. The goalkeeping position. You still stick by it, and next year he got Ederson, right? So, what is the problem?
Not many teams have like backup goalkeepers good enough to change during the season. You have Kante to play in the defensive midfield position.
Our man wants to play Jorginho. You give it one season, and
it's not working. So, even if it's not working, when you have conceded 3 goals in 15 minutes,
doesn't matter.
Make a change then. Make a tactical change.
Actually,
when has Sarri made a tactical change during the game?
So many times.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
No, his only changes. Either you start Kovacic, sub him with Barkley, or you start Barkley and sub him with Kovacic.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, so he's made it very clear. I want them to play the way I want.
You can see they've conceded 4 goals
Doesn't
in 20
matter.
minutes. Even then you would be rigid. No, I'll keep playing the same way.
They did. See, they conceded 1 goal every 6 minutes for the first 24 minutes.
That is because there's no point having this argument.
Look, there's some people are strict to what they believe in, and he's 60 years old, and you have to just get on with it now. And all the Chelsea fans who are like, is this how the club is run? Yes, it is exactly how the club is run. I'm not going to go into how the club is run. I'm just saying when you can see something is not working, you don't stick to it. So, you make a change for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, try something new. They were all right for like 5 minutes after 24. Then they were all right for like 3 minutes after 45. Yeah, but what is try something new? Try new with what?
Get your best player in his best position is all I'm saying.
But then there's no chance of trying to score a goal then.
Yeah, like Kante is your only goal scoring option.
No, you bring in Kante behind along with Jorginho.
Yeah.
Then there is a huge gap which City
How many times did Kante actually transition, carry the ball into the City half?
So the whole team played bad. So
yeah, so then when you know
it's
he's not doing much going forward, if you keep him back, save your face.
But if you're losing 4-0 and then it ends at, once you're at 4-0 down after 24, any result seems bad. So what does anyone say? If they had lost,
people try and make changes, make it a little better. You don't just give up and say fine, you come and score.
You don't. What can you do? I'm telling you, next game you have to just stick it out, man. Sometimes really shit results happen. What can anyone do?
I'm fine. I don't have a problem with the result. I have the problem with him not even changing a single thing.
Yeah. That's good. I think
is not good.
I think we should try this whole thing for a year and a half, and then see how it goes. Just do what he says. I think as a club, Chelsea needs to adapt to Sarri and not the other way around. You get on with the man and then you say, okay, this is what it is. It is not... Otherwise, it is quite simple. Get my man in for 2.5, 3 years. Win one Premier League, win one FA Cup and League Cup. He'll be fired by September, October in the 3rd year or the 4th year. And get goose hitting for the rest of the season and get Di Matteo or whoever. If that is exactly how we want to continue, there is a guy who's really good at it, ready for it. So...
No, but what is Sarri good at?
Sarri?
Yeah.
Did you watch Napoli play last 3 seasons?
But what did they win at the end of it?
What has winning got to do with anything? Napoli is not expected to win anything. They still finished at 91 points last Serie A season.
Yeah.
Before that they were at 86, before at 82. For a team with... This is a whole Tottenham argument. For a team like Napoli to do that well is, I think, pretty awesome. 91 points is a lot of points, man. It is not easy.
No, but then you don't have the players for it, right?
Who?
At
Yeah.
Chelsea.
So then start working on it. Throw out people, all the buys of Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
And then.
But you can't rehash a club every 2 years. You can't chuck out 20 players and get 20 new players in.
The club
right?
hasn't been.
As a manager, you have to adapt to what resources you have. You can't say this is the way I play.
Yes.
No, you can't. That is not. This is not IPL that you chuck out all 20 players and
these
get 20
players
players.
have been playing for the club for far too long.
Who's been playing for far too long?
Pedro has been there for like donkey's years.
4 years.
Yeah, that's enough. Enough of Pedro, who is like about 30.
This is not fantasy football that you get a new team every week.
You don't have to get a team, but somewhere has to start, no? You start making changes. This team has won 2 Premier League.
55 million on a midfielder.
So,
Rudiger is new.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
Your keeper
it.
is new. Your striker is new. What else do you want?
So striker,
This is your spine. The 4.
So striker is 2 weeks old into the club.
Yeah, Morata was 1.5 years into the club.
Yeah.
You got Giroud last January.
Yeah, Giroud really.
Who is playing for your club for 5 years?
So many. Willian, Hazard, Aspilicueta.
Hazard is the player you would want to replace out of all
I
these.
actually think, you know what? If Hazard really desperately wants to go, just like, as we have discovered enough, just leave that the player go, get in 120 million and do what you have to do with it. With Hazard, you can...
And what you'll do is you'll spend like 3/4 of it on a shit keeper.
Who? That was like forced, and he's not a shit keeper.
He is a shit keeper.
No, he is not.
Look at the goal he considered against Gundogan.
Yeah, what? Okay, so whole team had a bad thing. So I don't understand. How can someone has to be given time,
What has
right?
Kepa done to justify an 80 million price tag?
80 million price tag was something Chelsea had to do it as an emergency. It's not his price tag. His buyout clause was 80 million. What can you do? Otherwise,
Find a better keeper. When you know your player is striking to go to Real Madrid.
like he started striking 2 days before the transfer deadline ends. You really can't do anything about it. It's not just Chelsea fans who feel like that about Thibaut Courtois. Did you see what Atletico fans did as well over the weekend?
I know.
They put rat toys on his Atletico plate or something. But yeah, look, the whole thing is it was a really bad game. It kind of pissing off. Especially with thing, but what can you do?
You can try and make some changes.
No, you
don't. That is the
don't.
biggest problem with Sarri, that he's too rigid in his This is exactly the problem we faced with Wenger in the last 5 years of his reign.
Yeah, so he lasted 5, right? We'll give him 2.
He lasted 5 at Arsenal.
Yeah, so we'll give him 2.
See how those 5 years ended up.
3 FA Cups. That's not bad.
There's nothing left in the team for the next manager to come and salvage. Is this the situation you want your club to end up in?
Yes, there is left in the team because of we bought Emerson Palmieri, we bought Zappa Costa, we bought Danny Drinkwater. For what? Like this mess has been. Chelsea spent 150 million buying players who are just like really bad because Conte was like a man breathing down the neck. Get this guy, get that guy. So you need to get rid of them. If Hazard goes, he goes. What can anyone do? Then just rebuild the whole thing, and you have to give this guy time. That's the only way. Otherwise, Gus is always waiting till the end of season.
No, now I think the next man is going to be
Who?
a fan favorite at Chelsea.
Jose?
Yes.
Dude, I have penciled in on my calendar 2021-22 as Jose Mourinho coming in.
The return.
Yeah,
I think it's just a love-hate relationship that neither Chelsea nor Abramovich can resist for too long.
Hate. I have no hate at all. I have only love relationship with the man.
Abramovich surely has hate for the man.
Probably not.
That's why he keeps sacking him.
No, he sacked him once. Probably not. I'll tell you why. After he left Chelsea the first time, when he was about to join Real Madrid, Abramovich gifted him a Tag Heuer special edition watch, which was only 16 were made to Jose Mourinho. I think they keep making up every 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we should stick around with Sarri. I just don't understand any other thing. And just like whatever you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I think club should say whatever Sarri says, we do for the next one year, and then we'll see what happens.
No, but like you're saying, right? You did the same mistake with Conte when you signed every player he said. What if Sarri ends up leaving you in the same situation? You're yourself blaming the club for doing whatever Conte asked for.
Yeah.
And then you're asking the club to do the same for Sarri.
But then
what changes?
But the club wanted to sack Conte, and they still went ahead and did it. They bought Conte was going to be sacked. Everyone knew from the pre-season, and you still went ahead and spent 150 million. This is like the whole Mourinho thing, right? We knew he was going to be sacked this season. That's why United didn't spend anything.
I think right now, like most of us know that Sarri is going to be sacked this season.
I hope not. I genuinely hope not. Last season when I saw Napoli, it was quite awesome, and I hope he gets time. And he's a sweet, nice 60-year-old man. You should just listen to Grandpapa sometimes. Okay, are we done?
Yeah.
Okay, we take a break right now. I don't know what else to talk about, but we'll figure something out after the break. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello, it's been another great week on IVM Podcast. If you aren't following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We've been running this thing for the last few weeks, and we're going to keep doing it. If you are listening to an interesting show that you're enjoying, pause it, take a screenshot, tag us on your Instagram story, and drop us a comment, and we will post that to our own Instagram story. So I want to tell you about a new show that we're launching. It's called Ganatantra. It is hosted by Saru Natarajan and Alok Prasanna Kumar. They discuss how politics goes beyond intrigue in elections and its implications in everyday life. I think you'll really enjoy that. Also, starting on the 4th of February, we're launching a new show with Ambi Parmeshwaran. It's called The Sponge Podcast. He talks about all the invaluable lessons he learned from his 40 years of experience in advertising. Speaking of Ambi, he's also on the Filter Coffee Podcast with Karthik Nagarajan this week. They discuss the importance of data and advertising. It's a really, really insightful conversation, which I think you would enjoy. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit talks to the legendary Tyler Cowen, writer of the renowned blog Marginal Revolution. They talk about his book Stubborn Attachments and Moral Philosophy. On How to Citizen, we're on Chapter 3, Why We Need a Parliament. Joining Meghnad and Shreyas for this episode is comedian Prashasti Singh. She brings her insight of growing up in Amethi and being witness to political theatre in UP. On the season finale of Echoes of India, we take a roller coaster ride through 600 years of Indian history and get a brief summary of the Gupta Empire. Look out for season 2 coming soon. This has been a great season of that show. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out from the start. Now you can binge it. Here's what's in store for you on our regional language shows. On the Hindi film show Cinemaya, director Paromita Vora joins Swati to talk about her documentaries, her directorial decisions, and the politics behind camera. On our Marathi podcast Golgappa, Trupti is joined by actress Gitanjali Kulkarni. They talk about the charm of theatre and Gitanjali's NGO initiatives. And with that, let's get you back to your show.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. I have Kanav furiously texting someone or checking Twitter or angry rant man. I don't know what is he doing. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just checking the mistakes Chelsea have made in the transfer market.
Yeah, are you? Can you read them out quickly? Because we need to move to other things.
Last season,
yes,
Morata.
Can you come closer to the mic so that all the Chelsea fans who keep like...
Last season you got Morata, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Rudiger, Zappa Costa,
Emerson Palmieri,
Emerson, Giroud, Barkley.
Yes, yes.
I think these are the big ones.
No, name all of them.
There's a list of 50 names.
Abhi children nahi. Not the children.
Yeah, apart from that, there is just Caballero and...
and?
Ampadu.
Yeah, Christian Ampadu.
Yeah.
That's 10 players, right? Who is this person authorizing to get 10 players? And you kick out, like, you don't even play any of them. It is a mess that, like, Conte had left. And I think that club, as I made the point before the break, should basically get on with it and give this man the time and try to be a little smart about it. You know, Michael Emenalo is also out of job again. He's been sacked from Monaco as well. So you may as well just figure out a way of getting it back. Anyway, there was one more.
Is Baba Rahman still on Chelsea's roles?
Is he playing on loan?
Yeah, obviously.
Baba Rahman. God, I didn't know this conversation about City versus Chelsea would end with Baba Rahman.
Yeah.
But one more thing, very important thing about the game. Dude, stop looking at Chelsea's transfer buys. We are done with it.
No, I'm just checking out the players you have out on loan.
Oh, that's
going to take a while.
Yeah, that's a huge list. We don't have all day for that. Yeah. Mike Dean, our favorite ref.
I just love that man. Like, apart from the fact that he's a bad referee.
He's not. He's actually a pretty decent referee.
I think he just wants...
What do you... Okay, let's...
Have you seen him celebrate Spurs scoring? He's done it twice.
Okay, so let's go first thing. What's the thing you love the most about Mike Dean?
So I think
his expressive nature of giving decisions.
If there are like any cricket fans listening into us, he's like Billy Bowden. Yeah. I mean, like,
but Billy Bowden we know had only few set moves. Mike Dean creates them.
Mike Dean is a genius. Did you see what he did with the match ball?
So let's get this right. Aguero scores a hat trick against supposedly a very tough opponent.
Yeah.
And then Mike Dean still steals the thunder
And
the
the
moment. Yeah, and hides the ball. He is so cool. I am so happy that referees like Mike Dean are there. Michael Oliver is such a boring referee compared to Mike Dean. Mike Dean has this. You saw how he gave the penalty decision, right? Wow,
that is something he does repeatedly.
That was so cool. Now you can go on about your Tottenham rant of Mike Dean.
No, he's just a Tottenham fan and he celebrated them scoring a couple of times.
Has he declared publicly the Tottenham fan?
No, I will wait.
No, don't. I've seen those. But
Which one? Have you seen the one where he gives a
Yes.
advantage to Tottenham?
Yeah.
And then the Spurs, he's more disappointed than the manager that the move ended.
Yeah.
How can a referee be the center of attraction at all times?
He's not at all times. It's just that infamous thing that he has to cross 100, and I think the attention will go. Yeah. For the first time, I'm seeing stats about refs. Mike Dean at 99.
99 red cards.
Yeah, if Kautuk Srivastava is listening, he probably should talk to Mike Dean because his book is also a red card, and Mike Dean has 99 of them. Yeah. Man,
I think nothing else of importance happened this week, right?
Come on, be happy.
No, I am happy. I'm very happy after last night's result.
Gloat a little more.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, Arsenal was fairly
comfortable.
I just hate the fact that they spoiled a clean sheet again. Against Cardiff, they considered an injury time. Against Huddersfield, they've considered again an injury time. So they just don't want to keep clean sheets. We still have 0 clean sheets in away games this season.
In away games? No. Yeah. That's okay. They have few at home at least.
Yeah, I think 4 or 5.
Yeah, even Spurs considered a clean sheet and Trippier bugger. He could have given me 6.
Spurs were lucky to get that win.
Let's talk about it.
No.
No.
They always, I think Spurs has, so Cardiff has the most number of points they've recovered in the, post 90th minute.
Huh.
And
they won an injury time goal again. This time Cardiff, they beat Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool comfortable winners against Bournemouth.
Yeah, if you discount that offside. Yeah.
They actually came back to a decent form compared to...
How do they get an offside decision every game?
I don't know.
Is it like Scudamore's goodbye to the league?
But Scudamore was being propped up by Bruce Buck, who's Chelsea's manager or chairman.
He forgot to pay him properly or just pass on the right notes.
This is just a joke. Yeah, so now Liverpool and Manchester City are neck to neck. Liverpool are 1 point behind with a game in hand. Are you still maintaining that Spurs are going to win the league?
I've never.
Oh, sorry. That's a conversation Baru and I had.
Baru thinks Spurs are going to win the league.
We just thought for fun, Spurs may just win it. But so City are
going to win the league.
After the Newcastle game, Pep Guardiola basically said that we had to look into the mirror. So they were locked into the dressing room for 45 minutes.
Did they get Shah Rukh Khan in it?
God, I don't know, whoever they got. After that game, Manchester City have been flying, which is so scary. The first 20 minutes yesterday was however bad Chelsea was. Spurs had to be that good City. Why do I keep saying Spurs? Is it because...
I'm telling you're going to change your loyalty soon from Chelsea to Spurs.
One more thing about Chelsea. The second saddest moment of Chelsea I had after Mourinho left the first time was firing of Andre Villas-Boas. I was so sad for 3 days. I was like, how can they fire AVB? This is I think that was a blunder. That was a genuine mistake.
He's at Porto right now.
No, he's a lifestyle manager now. After that, he went to Spurs, then he went to Chinese, and then the man did a Dakar rally. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
And Fulham wanted to hire AVB. He said, no, I'm just finished the Dakar rally. I need rest. So, I hope he comes back. I think he's a good manager. Yes, but again, you still maintain City are going to win the league, right?
Yes.
And who's going to... Okay, let's talk something interesting. Who's going to finish top scorer of the Premier League this season?
I think the way Aguero is going, you wouldn't better consider. But I think it is going to be Salah.
So what's the top scorer list right now?
So I think right now it's Salah and Aubameyang on 17.
Aguero is on 18.
I think Aguero is on 18 now.
And Harry Boy.
Harry Boy is...
Just check, no?
Out injured. He's back next month, right? By then the
Aguero would have scored 2 more hat-tricks.
Yeah.
Okay, check and tell me who are the top scorers of the Premier League.
So Aguero is on 17. Salah is on 17. Aubameyang is on 15.
So Salah,
Harry Boy is on 14.
Oh, so Salah's not having a bad season.
Salah has been getting a lot of goals. Like since December, his form has really picked up.
And who is topping the assist chart? Is anyone going to beat Henry's 20 or has someone already beaten it?
So Hazard is on 10.
And
The Eriksen 9. Ryan Fraser 9.
Ryan Fraser.
Sane and Sterling on 9. Pogba at 8. What do you think of Pogba? He
Pogba
scored like 8 times now for...
Pogba is cool. The thing
yes.
about Manchester United... we are recording this on Monday. They're playing against PSG.
Yeah.
And I wanted... My favorite player in the world right now is Neymar. And clearly Neymar is not going to play. I thought, okay, still, let me support PSG in this game. Then I find out Cavani is not playing. I'm like, okay, someone will play. And then I found out...
Verratti is also a doubt.
No, Verratti is a doubt. Then I found out Bernat is not playing. And they had only one midfielder, Verratti. Yeah. I hope they can actually find a midfield. Otherwise, ex-Chelsea pro Lassana Diarra to the rescue. And he is going to beat Pogba. But talking about Pogba, it had to happen, right?
But everyone knew that.
But he's never scored 10 goals ever, like even for Juventus.
No.
Right?
But it will happen this season.
It's already happened.
No, I'm saying in the league. He's on 8 in the league now. No?
He's on 8. So he will score 10. But it's like this whole Rashford...
Pogba is already on 11 goals now.
Yes.
Oh.
So Pogba, Rashford, Martial just continuing on the same vein. Look, we all talk... The problem with WhatsApp and Twitter is that we talk too soon. I think if we just keep quiet for 6-7 months, then at least it will be a reasonable time to expect. There has to be a drop-off, right? They can't keep winning every game. If they do, then Solskjaer is the best manager in the world.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, I think they might struggle against the big teams, but they've been lucky enough that they had an easy run of games also.
That's okay. And they're markedly quite improved as well.
They are improved. I think, so we always maintained this, the players were really good.
Yes. And I think Mike Phelan coming in was probably a really good decision they did to tag him along with Solskjaer. Yeah, he has to be given the job. Why are they not just like getting on with it and giving him the job on a permanent basis? The club keeps maintaining that.
Woodward.
The club keeps maintaining they're going to go through due process. What more does a person have to do to deserve a job? He's gotten Martial a new contract.
He's gotten more points than Mourinho
for the season. But that's not the point. He's got Martial a new contract. He's got did you see on Twitter? He got Phil Jones a 4-year contract.
Today Young has also signed a new
1-year extension. Yeah. He got Phil Jones a 4-year contract, and
this is probably the club is still considering due diligence.
Phil Jones really he's going to stop. He's going to stop OGS.
Are you sure you want to give 4 years to this guy?
Not 4. I think managers should just be given 2-year contracts now anyway. Yeah. That's where the club protects itself from paying out. Because,
how will Jose make his money then?
Forget Jose. Your club legend, Mr. Thierry Henry. He against Monaco, for Monaco, how many games he won?
1.
2. Oh. And how much is going to be paid out?
Like 5, 6, 8.
His total salary from the day he joined till including compensation package.
Yeah.
How much is it?
12 million.
21 million.
I mean, so you just give Henry that money for nothing.
He's paid 10.5 million per win.
That's still a little less than what Sanchez has been paid.
No.
Per goal.
Per goal is different. No, per win this is. Sanchez has 5 goals, right?
Now he does.
Okay. Anyway, I think we've gone on for too long. Yeah. God. Was there anything good over the weekend?
Yeah. City beating Chelsea 6-0.
For who? It was not good for you. Why?
It was good for me.
Oh, because Arsenal come closer to the top 4 or they don't lose distance.
Arsenal are above Chelsea now.
I didn't understand because by alphabetical order.
No, goal difference.
It's the same.
Goal scored.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's just alphabetical order.
It's on goals scored.
In that also Chelsea are third. See, why couldn't it be like AFC Chelsea or something? Anyhow, please, if you want to talk about disputing me and messaging me and saying I'm an idiot and Sarri should be sacked like yesterday, you can tweet us at @FootyTwaddle or Facebook and Instagram Football Twaddle. Kanav,
bye.
Pleasure. You seem just so
the
happy.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yes, this is Saru signing off. Take care, guys.
Family businesses get a bad rap. At one time, they were looked down on for getting rich, for being too ambitious. Today, they're still looked down on, but for not being ambitious enough. Not agile enough, not modern enough, too traditional in their mindset. The biggest brands and business houses in the country started out as humble family businesses. It's the way India has done business. Join Sonu Bhasin in conversation with stalwarts of Indian family businesses on the Inheritors podcast series by Bloomberg Quint. Discuss the highs and lows, the needs and pressure points of building a business legacy that spans generation.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, a show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance. From stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.